Good evening.
Hello.
You all right, Thomas?
Cheers. We're back in the bar.
We are.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Evening all. Nice to see you. Back for another session in Finnegan's.
Not gonna lie, Tom. I think not wearing the jumper was a bad idea tonight.
Do you know
a
what?
little bit chilly in here. You can't quite see me breath.
It's freezing. I don't know why you not paid the bills or something, because it is freezing in this place.
What's going to happen as the night goes on is you're going to start seeing me nipples.
I was going to say,
just going to happen.
If you're listening, if you're just watching on the audio version, then God bless you. You've got the better end of this deal.
You're doing all
If you're watching the video,
yeah,
that t-shirt's too tight and it's too cold. How are we? It's nice to have people in tonight. Janet's in, Andy's in, Ray's in, my dad's in, Joyce is in. Nice to have you with us tonight. It's good to have you in the bar. We've got a good evening planned.
We have.
We've got some good stuff in. We've got Mick Moran in. Let's give him a big round of applause straight away. Nice to have you in, Mick.
Yeah, nice to be here.
How you feeling? You feeling all right about this?
Cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see my breath though, but yeah.
You've known Allan for a long time, eh? How long would you say?
Oh, God bless us. Yeah, it is a long time, yeah.
I don't know how long it is, to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean, you say?
It's not that long, I don't think. A few years.
I'd say a good 10 years. I'd probably say
possibly,
good 10 years, yeah.
Has he always been dead tight? What's the deal with that?
To be honest, that's what Joyce used to say, yeah.
I nearly said something myself then, but I better not.
Look, he's flabbergasted.
No, I'm just going to point out.
He's waiting for the comeback. Here it comes.
Here's the comeback.
I'll set a watch for it, mate. Whenever you're ready.
Right, here's the comeback.
Mick.
Right. We're sat in my bar, drinking my beer, and you're calling me tight.
That's true, to be fair. Finnegan's is always paid for by Allan.
Yeah, so there you go.
Paid for by Allan, or really Joyce's credit card. It's never recovered.
She's never got over that.
She's still moving that on.
She's
from
fuming. She's just like
transfer credit. Another 6 months.
Another card for free for 12 months. Yeah.
Hoping those Britain's Got Talent millions are going to come in eventually.
They're rolling in eventually. Keep them flags, Joyce. That's what we say. Yeah.
Well, it is cold. It could be cold wherever you are as well. Cammie's in Scotland. It's got to be cold there, and it's got to be freezing in Scotland.
Yeah.
Evening, Cammie. Nice to have you here, mate. Nice to have you in.
So for those who don't know us, this is
my name's Tom,
and I'm Allan. So we're both still Baptist ministers in a church in Netherton, Bootle area. So that's for those who don't know us, that's who we are. Because those who do, just switch off, get a drink. And this podcast, it's all about just sitting down, having a pint with your mates, having a bit of a laugh, chatting, talking about stuff, talking nonsense to each other, like men do in the pub, and just see what happens.
Happy days.
Yeah. So give us a little like if you're watching on Facebook, or a little subscribe on YouTube. Give it a share. Help us get the word out there. You can follow us all over social medias, and you can subscribe to the podcast on various different podcast platforms.
I'm glad you said that.
It was going so well.
Pick up a penguin.
And do you know what? Last week we celebrated 50 episodes. Hooray! 50 episodes.
This podcast's going to outlive me.
It's catching you up. And I tell you what, we had Jo Hassoun on, and she was fantastic, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She was really good. I was well impressed with her.
She never told anyone she was on me.
She was
terrified.
She was super nervous.
But she was really good.
But she was really good.
Really good.
Yeah.
She was really good.
Well worth the watch. Cammie said it's -3 in Scotland. It's like summer, he said, for them.
Short
the
t-shirt.
It is. He's wearing his t-shirt as well.
Factor 50 on.
Yeah. It also we had a bit of feedback from our friend Rachel, who'd also wrestled with eating disorder. Jo talked about having anorexia when she was younger, and just found it quite an emotional experience listening to the interview, but in a good way. Yeah. And we
normally don't go quite serious, do we? Because men don't in the pub, do they?
No.
Do you know what I mean?
But
normally, you go to the pub and you'd say, "Oh, such and such as a grandkid," and the wife will say, "Oh, how heavy was it? I don't know. What's it called? I don't know. What is it? Is it a boy or a girl? Not sure."
I actually asked a fella that question yesterday because he's just become a granddad, and I said, "How heavy was it?" And he went, "I don't know." I said, "And what have they called it?" He went, "Not sure yet." It's your grandson. No, initially I thought he couldn't remember his name last week.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
we don't go into detail.
no, we don't. But do you know what, Mick? Don't feel shy though, mate. If you want to open your heart to us tonight, we're here for you.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I haven't got grandkids anyway.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Yeah, I'm not too bad at remembering names.
Yeah,
don't start me on that one.
But, you said to me you've got 4 lads and they just won't leave. They won't move out.
No,
so
they won't move.
How old are they?
26, just coming up to 24, 19, and obviously one's 16. So hopefully he'll be out first.
Do you know what I think when they get past 25?
You got told you were moving out, didn't you?
I did. Yeah. I got told. I got married 22, and
really?
my dad. Well, obviously I moved out when I got married.
Yeah.
And mum and dad did say to me quite clearly, "You better make this work because you're not coming back." And so that's kept me in my marriage, to be honest.
So I've got nowhere to go.
What's an old bedroom used as now then, Tom?
Well, it's funny enough, my mum's converted it to an office before I got back from the honeymoon. So it was like a statement of intent.
Yeah,
you're not coming back, son.
Yeah.
So
we've had enough for you.
Try harder with her than you have at home. And so bless her, Emma, she's stuck with it. But I think if it's gone past 25 and they've not moved out, Mick, they're just waiting for you to die so they can take over the house.
I hope that's a while, to be fair. But I don't like it when he buttered the stairs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, 26. I thought he'd be gone by now.
But mine moved
there.
out at 31 and 29, I think.
So I've still got a while to
You've
go.
got a little while.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think it can be though, Mick? Is if they like you too much. Are you too nice? Are you too good a dad? They just like
Too
you.
soft.
They don't want to leave. Yeah.
Too soft.
That's it.
That's what it is.
You got to tighten
Yeah,
up
nice
there.
living
Are you
alone.
even charging them any rent or anything living in the house?
Oh, that's the wife's business, that. And to be honest, that's why I'm glad I work away, I think, Tom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's tough in them hotels having a 3-course meal every night.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone's got to.
Yeah, you know, it's bad when I know the actual table settings in restaurants where I go to.
Yeah.
When you walk in, they go, all right, mate, same again.
I actually went out on a Christmas night with one hotel. I actually went out on their Christmas. That's bad, that, isn't it?
That is.
That's top.
Well, that's one way of doing it, isn't it? If they're taking over your house, you take over a hotel. That's it. You might as well. You're slowly moving out.
Mick's moved out.
That's it.
Yeah.
You finally moved out, Mick.
slowly, the wagon's getting full of more clothes.
Wow, great.
Do you have to sleep in the wagon, or is it you're always in hotels?
No, we're always in hotels.
Okay, cool.
I used to have to sleep in the wagon when I drove for my dad.
Did you?
Yeah.
And there wasn't even a bed.
No, it was literally on the flatbed on the back.
Wow.
But they were the days, Nothing better than in a truck stop at Penrith. Rolled up in the sleeping bag, absolutely freezing cold.
Yeah. It's a
Great
bit like being in this bar tonight. It's just bringing back the memories.
Yeah, that's what triggered it. I'm having PTSD.
I tell you what, last winter we definitely did have nights where people could see our breath when we were in for the podcast.
So this is pretty
Alan
good.
has upgraded, bless him.
We can't put any more heat on because the lecky blows.
That's it. If you put that,
we've got that much lecky off that one extension lead.
If we go up to the third setting on their heating,
it blows.
It blows or it sets on fire.
It blew last year, didn't it? When we
roll with it.
And what you don't know is we're sitting here 20 minutes to go. Everything's fine. We're doing all right. Everything's working for once. We're sitting here. And he's like, oh, check this, check that. Oh. And I'm like, just leave it. It's working. Next minute, Jack plugs something in. Everything went off. 1 minute to 8.
Just needed to charge his phone, didn't he?
Yeah.
Do we need this plug? I need some charge on my phone. He didn't charge his phone at home. He waits till he comes here.
Comes
and hangs out with Anna. I think, Jack will soon be your best mate. We're supposed to get
I thought he'd moved in tonight. He turns up at 6:20. He went, oh yeah, and I went, oh yeah, you're a bit early, aren't you? He went, no, not really.
He walks in.
He doesn't get here till 7:30.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I think he got his hour wrong or something.
Yeah. You know, he hasn't put his clocks back yet, has he?
He hasn't done it.
It's October.
Yeah.
Well,
literally 6:20.
Next week he'll be here in the morning.
I thought he was Amazon to off the parcel off or something. Thought he got another job.
Just leave it on the doorstep, mate. You're not coming in.
He'll still be in the morning when I get up.
We'll bring you a cup of coffee in bed. Right. Time to go home, actually, mate. Thanks for the coffee, though. Any toast going with that? Very good. Dear. Well, we've got a good night lined up for us tonight, haven't we? We've got Mick in. We're going to have a bit of a chat with him. We get his story for the wall. We've got blankety blank. I do apologise for that. I'll let you know when it's coming, and we can switch off at that point if you want. But I'll come up with a better game.
I'm just
honestly,
speechless.
People don't like it.
What do you mean?
People don't like it.
You don't like it. You southerners don't like it. Are you
familiar with blankety?
That's why it's cold. It's not even cold.
I used to like it when Les Dawson was doing it.
He was the best.
He was the best. Is it Bradley Walsh who does it now?
Yeah.
No.
Not as good as Les Dawson.
He was the best, you know what I mean?
He just took the mickey out of it.
Did he?
Yeah, it was so good. Bad, but he leaned into the badness of it.
Yeah.
Because Terry Wogan used to do it and try and make it sound all like boss, didn't he?
Yeah.
You know, you're getting a telly. Yeah. You're like, prices are worse now than they were back in the day.
Really?
Yeah. A checkbook and pen.
Well, Tal's saying she loves it, so she likes a bit blankety blank.
She likes this blankety blank.
Oh, yeah.
Not that one.
I don't think that's the way round she means.
No, she does.
Let's see what she thinks. I know Arsenal are 1-0 up already. Who's top of the league? Top of the league or the Premier League?
Let's not talk about the Premier League in front of
Mick.
Mick won't be happy.
Is an Evertonian for his sins. Yeah. Two of my children are Arsenal fans.
How?
Because I'm an Arsenal fan, and they love their dad, and they also would like to see some silverware at some point in their lifetime.
I've seen silverware with Everton. You know what I mean? My lads haven't.
No,
but I have.
You know what? I think that's affected the whole course of their lives.
Yeah, it has.
Because that's why they've not moved out, because they've got no expectation in life that they can achieve anything.
I have had the other occasion where they've actually turned. I did have 5 season tickets at one time.
Oh, God
so
bless
me and the 4 lads would go every Saturday because I worked away, and then on the Saturday was lad and dad's day. You know what I mean? It was great. Into the pub, a few pints, and all the sausage and the chips, and great into the match.
Yeah.
And then I think we were on a losing streak, which was quite regular. And I think it was Arlene just turned around and went, "Why? Why did you bring us here?" He says it quite regular now, actually. Yeah.
My son-in-law Danny, who you might watch, you know Danny, don't you? Yeah. He's an Evertonian, and he says to his dad, I hate you.
Yeah, I've had that.
Why did you make me support Everton? I hate you. He's never seen them win anything.
Oh,
yeah.
God
it
bless
must be frustrating for the young people.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's never seen
anyone born after 95.
He went to Wembley with his dad once, and he had a ticket. And he got outside Wembley. His dad's boss. He got outside Wembley.
His dad. Yeah.
And his dad, you know his dad as well. Yeah. His dad took his ticket off and went in and left him outside. Crying.
Yeah. Well,
he's only about 13.
Wow. Can you imagine? What do you make of this -10 thing? Do you think you stay? Do you know what? I think it is cruel. My youngest is an Everton fan. If you lose 10 points, then you go down. And in that lovely, beautiful big stadium next season. Can you imagine?
The faces he's saying to you.
The penalty, I mean, obviously, you know, they broke a rule. So you've got to get punished. I totally appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I don't think the penalty fits the crime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's too hard. 10 points.
10 points.
I think this is the year that you can survive
the conference.
They've got to.
You know, it's ridiculous.
They've got to, though, haven't they?
It just won't happen, though, will it? They'll get away with it. And
whether it goes to appeal and, you know, they get less points, you know what I mean? But
I think this is the year you can take a 10-point hit and still stay up.
I hope so.
Because of Burnley, Sheffield United, Luton. I just think they're rubbish.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you're playing. I just can't believe it when I look at your team sheet and I see Ashley Young. I think, what's happening there?
Don't even go
How
there.
is that fella still getting a kick?
Most Evertonians think.
How is he getting a kick?
After Sunday, I mean, obviously he's influenced about 4 or 5 games this season.
Yes. Negatively.
But just like he just
Nathan Patterson, who's starting every game for Scotland.
Yeah.
If I was him, I'd have gone in on Monday morning and gone, look, in January, here's my transfer request. Because if I can't get in ahead of him, something's going wrong.
Yeah.
You know, but
I thought it's like he's so. I don't think he means to be late on his tackles. He's just so old. He slides through and he's like, "Oh, cool." The ref sends him off. He's like, "Fair play, ref. I get that." Off he goes.
Thank you. I'm
done. I'm done. You know where to send the money.
In football terms, he's quite old. 38.
Yeah.
And I think the reaction between his feet and his brains is
it's
just expanded too much.
Yeah. Evening, Glenn Watson. Is Glenn Watson one of your crew?
No,
evening, Glenn. Nice to have you.
That's the fella from Rill. Used to be in Rill, I think.
Oh.
Is that right, Glenn? You're Glenn?
Lives in Rill and then he's watching this.
Oh, he's moved.
Life don't get any better than this.
Ril's one of them places that makes you happy. You're from Bootle.
They've only got 4 channels still in Ril. That's why he's watching this. They've only got 4. They haven't even got 5 yet.
He's moved. They've got the internet now.
Oh wow, very good. Well, welcome aboard, Glenn. Love to have you with us.
One of them's S4C as well.
I don't know what that means. What's that mean?
It's a Welsh channel.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Come on.
All right. I'm Southern me, don't you know?
God,
Can you not tell by the accent?
I can tell, I can tell that you're freezing. That's why you're freezing. Well, you're from down there. Southern softy.
Just to let you know how we heat in the bar. Like, I'm not complaining. Brilliant, thank you.
Right, okay.
But also, basically, my face is hot. I'm getting like a tan, but everything below the earlobes
That's all we can afford
freezing.
up here. Sunbeds.
We should move this podcast down south.
Sunbeds we've got on the scene. Surprised we're not careful on the camera.
She's a lovely shade, your Joyce.
Yes, it's all bottled. She'll boot that all in a minute. Right, she'll have you.
The other thing to say is that we had our Alpha away day. Mick, you probably never heard of Alpha before. It's like this thing Christians do to Konya to become a Christian.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah. Would you like to join a course?
Is the Ibiza day? So like
That's only if you qualify.
Yeah. All right, okay.
That's it. So we did it. As part of it, we do an away day where we go away and we have a couple of sessions and you chat
when
to
he
people.
Says sessions, he doesn't mean
in the bar.
No, right. Just putting it out there for everyone else.
On the session, for real people, on the ale.
Yeah, well, Mick was about to sign up for the course. Why did you burst that bubble? He was up for it then.
We got away for the day. Go on the ale.
I'm going on the
sessions. Sorry.
So, we went away for the day, and it was good to hear because, obviously, there's people from totally non-church backgrounds, sort of never been to church. You know, for them, it's like they're just asking really lovely questions because they have no concept of it's a whole new thing for them. But you're also hearing again and again how people are, since they kind of doing this course, finding out a little bit more, finding out about God, finding it of an interest, but also potentially how people start to notice that things happening in their lives, that they would start to think, I could maybe see God's been involved in my life. I just find it fascinating. Absolutely fascinating, because obviously I grew up my parents came to faith when they were teenagers.
You grew up in a prosperous place, didn't you?
What do you mean?
It was prosperous.
You
had heating and money.
We did. We could heat the whole of our bodies. It was lovely. But so I find it I just find it interesting when people start thinking about faith and talking about it. And we had people who had real crunch moments of life feel like they've connected with faith, connected with God, and so it was a beautiful thing.
And it was a good day. It
was a great day. Lasagna, as much lasagna as you could eat.
Very good.
And I did eat as much as I could.
Well, some people not
turned into Garfield the cat.
Garfield the cat. What's
Garfield
that?
The cat.
Who's Garfield the cat?
Google it.
Tom, have you not lived?
I've not. No, well,
he's lived down south.
I was going to.
It's called privilege, Mick. That's what it's called. It's privilege. You know when they go on about privilege?
Yeah, this is it.
This is it.
There's a photo of him in the dictionary under privilege, and it's like
there's this face, this cheesy grin. It's all right, isn't it?
And we'll get people from down south saying, no, it's not like that. It's not like that. Is. They've never lived in Bootle.
No. I think there was a lot. My eyes were opened when I came up to Bootle.
Yeah. In what ways? Come on.
In a lovely way.
No, enlighten us. What
it was just totally different, wasn't it? I think it's colder to start with, windier, but people are friendlier. So I like that.
Okay.
But so I think Mick's looking at me like he's going, go on, say it.
I agree. I think people up north are a lot friendlier, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the less you've got, the more you give.
Yeah. That's beautiful, that.
Yeah.
Say that again, straight to camera there, Mick.
Oh, this way. Yeah, no, I do. I think the less you have, the more you give.
It's lovely, that, isn't it?
When I've got mates who are delivery drivers, and you generally find it's the old woman, and she'll say, like, can you just put the bag in? And she'll give you the £2 and get yourself a sausage roll or get yourself. And then you go to Blundell Sands, and it's the same woman. She's like, you go in the back. And that's it. You're like, oh, right, okay, yeah. And you're not getting a sausage roll out of Greg's that day. You get nothing. She's minted. She's got a Rolls Royce on the drive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's why she's got it, I suppose.
Although Tao said she used to do, when she was a kid, she used to do Halloween over in Formby because that's where she'd get the good sweets. See?
And that's clever, that.
That's a good move, that.
That is clever.
I used to do paper round when I was a kid. So I come up hard. It was rough for me. I had to work from a young age Dad's watching, and I had to contribute.
How many papers a day, Tom?
Well, it was 25 maybe papers a day.
In the
honestly,
I was going to say.
and down south, the houses are so big, they're really far apart.
Car?
Do you know what? Mum did drive me around in the car a little
Get
bit.
out of town, Tom. Just stop now.
Mum used to have a tricycle.
Yeah.
And they used to put him and his sister on the back, and when it was raining, put a little cover over them and take them to school.
Yeah. And we would wave at the poor people who were walking.
Yeah.
Just be like that.
Like the Queen.
That's it.
Yeah.
The royal wave. No, but if I did have a paper rounds and it was a little bit, the weather wasn't lovely, Mum would say, "Go on." She'd get in the car in the Rolls Royce and she'd drive.
Didn't she? She got the butler.
Yeah. She'd go on, get Jeeves.
Yeah,
go on,
Jeeves.
Jeeves.
Get you. He'll take you
He'll
today.
take you. And I'd run round. She'd pass me the papers and then I'd do my thing. But tell you what, Mick, I mean, it wasn't all easy. Sundays, have you seen the supplements on a Sunday? Oh my word, especially everyone's reading the Times and the Telegraph where I am.
It must have been bad for your mum, putting them in the boot of her car, you know what I mean? And you're sitting in the back seat.
I felt really bad when she had to get out the car to put them in there.
Mum, I can't lift them.
But also, I tell you what, though, the tips were good. The tips were good.
Yeah.
So you'd get, you'd go at Christmas, you'd get a tip. Is that the same for paper?
Yeah,
people up north?
Yeah.
So Christmas, you'd get a tip.
Paper people.
Paper people.
Paper them.
We're not going there. And, and so I'd go and you get the card, and if it was heavy, weighty, you'd be thinking, all right, coins. So you'd open, you think these better be pounds. If not pounds, then I'm throwing them through the front window. So if they're pounds, good. But if it's light, you'd go, here we go.
There we go.
Here we go. Open it up. Often there'd be a note, but then sometimes nothing. Then you've been thinking note, and then you got nothing, and then you'd have to punish them for that. So then I'd
paper.
Yeah, spit on the paper or rip the edges or just ram it in like that a little bit.
See, he's not as nice as you'd all think he is.
Oh, and also Dad taught us a trick of I don't know if people are onto this, but when it's time for tips, I buy a whole load of Christmas cards and I post them to them first of all. That's good, that, isn't it? We should be able to do that in church, shouldn't we? Happy Christmas to all the people in the congregation. Happy Christmas.
What?
As a Christmas card.
They give up.
Yeah, and then they give us a couple of quid. That'd be nice.
Hey,
that's
we
a
got
good
a couple
idea.
of quid in the post today. That
Have
was
we?
good.
No,
not me and you.
Oh, well, why'd you get my hopes up?
Church
got a few quid in the post.
Someone's donated some money. I've got a job for a few more months.
Oh, yeah. What you should do is give them the Christmas card as you hold in the basket.
That's it. Yeah. Happy Christmas. Go on.
Yeah.
There and then you go. Leave it there for a bit longer.
And as they take the card, just keep hold of it till something's gone in.
Yeah.
Now you can have it.
Yeah. Although I did hear,
because again, going with the basket.
Yeah, we don't do the basket. You can come to church. We're not going to take your money. Don't worry about it.
Stick your money.
Yeah. Wow. But I heard that there used to be a Catholic thing in Bootle.
Oh yeah.
That the priest would actually go around the houses collecting money. So if you hadn't been to the church, he'd come to your door.
Yeah.
I think the Catholic churches have got some good practices, don't you?
I mean, they're onto something there, aren't they?
A few things they were a bit rougher, but
so you're just knocking on the door. I am Tom, minister from local church.
Yeah,
we've not met before.
Apparently, there's an envelope on the mantelpiece for me.
Yeah,
no worries.
Here's your Christmas card.
It was worse when someone not pretending to be the priest. And you're like, you're in church on Sunday morning.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
What colour do they have on?
There isn't even a Catholic. There's not even a Catholic church on this estate.
That was the one.
That's how we used to get caught.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What colour would they wear?
The priest.
Because if you didn't go, your man is actually what colour they went.
So they wore a different robe, you see.
Yeah. Oh, so if you didn't know the colour.
So you used to get asked that as well on a Monday
morning.
Your mum? In school as well.
The school teacher, 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
God, no wonder our number's down. We need to start some of these new techniques.
In fairness, if you guess blue for me, you're probably going to be right.
Yeah.
You're safe. Yeah. Alan had a top on this week. It was brilliant. It was a bonus.
We haven't explained nuggets of the week.
We haven't. I just saw that Jane was in for the first time.
Hello,
she
Jane.
said it's the first time she's ever had a podcast on the go. So Jane, like and subscribe. Find us on all sorts of podcast platforms. Nice to have you in.
This
Jane.
is all about just sitting around, having a beer with your mates. So pull up a stool. Get yourself a drink.
Arsenal are winning 3-0, but it's just a
I know
normal,
it's Wednesday,
just
but
a
it's all
normal
right.
Wednesday, so that's good.
Yeah.
3-0 to Arsenal.
3-0 to the Arsenal.
Top of the league.
It's not a song, that is it?
No.
3-0 to the Arsenal.
No.
Janet's saying we should pay them at Christmas. So I don't know. Janet's in our church. A reverse offering.
We
go around with our wallet just going, all right, there you go.
we used to.
Thanks for coming.
We used to give some people money at Christmas, but we'd run out.
It's 4-0 now.
Is it 4-0 now?
Can we just stop this podcast now and I'll go and watch the match?
Yeah.
Has Allan become a Tory with that blue top on? That's what they're saying.
It's him. The influence
I'm
on
rubbing
him.
off on him.
Look at him. He looks like a salmon.
Honestly, again, what do you think of this jumper, Mick? This get up. Is
It's
it
a
right?
bit tight, isn't it?
A bit tight.
Yeah.
It's
a bit too
Look at those nipples on you. I know this is too tight.
Look at them.
They're man boobs.
Look
They're
at
not
them.
nipples.
Hey,
How are we talking about this? No wonder. What were you going to say about? Mick,
No,
you've got some
salmon,
good gear on.
you know what I mean?
Salmon.
It's not too bad, is it?
Pink's all right, isn't it, for lads nowadays? You can
Nowadays,
you can get away with it.
yeah. Not in our house, you can't, but you can. Tom.
Yeah.
You
Coming
can
from
pull it
Hampshire.
off, Tom.
Very good.
Are you going to explain Nuggets of the Week?
Nugget of the Week. Okay, welcome. If you're with us tonight, Nugget of the Week. I feel like people might be having me on with the score of the Arsenal game. Just
Do you
having a
think?
laugh. Like
It's just
we're
not-
actually losing. They're
Who's
going,
actually told you?
There are loads of people now saying it's 4-0.
You'll be able to see on your phone if you have a look on your phone.
Well, it's kind of busy at the moment, mate.
Oh, well, doesn't stop you any other week.
So basically, Nugget of the Week. We've got these beer mats. Jane, this is for you, okay? If you're
Jane.
still listening now. These beer mats, Jane, and basically whoever puts the funniest comment in the comment section, and you can comment after it, throw in a comment afterwards if we see it. You know, if we see it, we
And
won't
we think
because we
it's
don't
funny.
look back at it. But
Well, I do.
you do, yeah.
I have to.
Then if you get the funniest comment, we'll send you some beer mats. And do you know what? Last week we gave away a couple of steaks.
We did.
Really?
You should have been on last week, mate.
Yeah.
We gave
Yeah.
away a couple of steaks for our
50 quid's
50th,
worth of steaks.
for our 50th episode.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that sounds like a
We
deal.
give them
I
to
know.
Alison. Did she send us a
She
picture?
didn't even send us a picture.
Oh, come on,
And
Alison.
invited us
God
over for
bless her.
dinner.
I bet she's just licking her lips now with
Yeah.
grease all over her face.
Yeah, she's had one a day for the last
That's
7
it.
days.
Yeah. Sadly, for the 51st episode, we're not doing anything. Mate.
Oh, right,
So-
okay. Well, to be honest, I've got a beer.
You
Yeah.
got well, yeah. You're
Yeah.
doing well.
That'll
You're
do
doing
it.
well.
Doing all right.
Jane's still here. Well done,
Well done,
Jane.
Jane.
Stick with us.
So, yeah. So, if you funniest comments that we decide, funniest, we send some beer mats to you.
We'll send you some
In
beer
the
mats.
post if Josie remembers to post them. But
Lads aren't lads anymore. They're lampshades and trees. What does that mean?
I've got no idea what that means.
I feel like that's something rude again. That she's the listeners will put rude.
Lampshades and trees.
Yeah. Does that mean?
I'm just
I don't
saying she's
know.
branching out to
Someone-
something on that. I've got
Enlighten
none.
us.
I've got none.
Well, I don't
What
know
does
what
that
that
mean?
is. Often people,
Lampshade.
because I'm a bit naive, they say something rude in the comments, and then I'll put it up and read it out, and then they
Which is
Oh,
dead
right.
funny.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Alan's wetting
Dead
himself because
funny.
I'm saying inappropriate things,
Yeah.
And
it's
you haven't got
normal.
a clue, Tom.
and it's normally him who says
Yeah.
them. Let's get into this then. Shall we get into this? Let's have a conversation with Mick, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's find out a little bit about him. Mick, tell me about yourself, mate.
Well, I say, I'm getting on a bit now, like 54, got 4 lads. Been married for 28 years.
Nice.
But I've actually been with my wife since, well, we were kids, 16 and 17.
That's lovely.
When
Do
we
you
met.
do you get on well still?
Yeah, because I work away.
Yeah.
So it's great. I think that's the only way she stuck by me, really.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's good. I mean, 16. So you must have been. That was out of school, was it? Pretty much straight away.
yeah. We met in a club in Bootle called the Firehouse.
Is that the club that was the Paradox at some point, or is
No,
that a different one?
no.
That was over
This
the
was
road.
actually right in Bootle.
Used to be
near
a
the
fire
docks.
station.
Yeah,
Was
it was
it?
it was an old fire station.
Yeah, that's
know.
why it was called the.
The Firehouse.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. And
Oh, that was the Quantum Park. That was over the road, wasn't it?
yeah,
Yeah,
I was with my mates, Lago and Smigger, and there's a
That's
few
a
other
good
lads
name,
there.
isn't it? Smigger. That's a quality.
Oh,
mate
yeah,
name.
good old
Dead
Smigs.
Smigs.
Good old Smigs. Well, to be honest, Smigs that night wasn't good old Smigs because
Was
he
he not?
knelt down behind me.
Yeah.
And my other mate, Lago, pushed me.
Oh, classic.
The old classic.
Classic
but I
move.
had a pint of Guinness and Black. Which, at 17, I thought, yeah, I'll have a go with that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I swilled this girl who was in white, and I mean, I completely swilled her.
Yeah.
And it was actually my wife, Karen. It was actually her cousin, Michelle, who decided to go to the bar, bought a pint of Guinness and Black, and swilled me.
No.
That's commitment.
That is
so
commitment.
I
Was
thought,
she was fuming then? Or
oh,
was
she was proper fuming.
Oh,
So
wow.
I thought, hang on, I'm not letting you get away with that. Mine was a total accident.
Yeah.
Because Smigger and Lago had now ran to the other side of the club, so I went
Yeah.
and bought another pint.
Yeah.
And properly swilled it and went, mine was an accident.
Where does this end?
It was there because
how do you end up marrying the cousin?
I know,
When she's seeing that, she's like, love that.
It ended then because I thought I'm only on 25 a week on a YTS.
YTS.
You know, and I'm not just wasting money swilling you all night. So yeah.
I love the fact that you've poured it over the cousin accidentally.
Yeah.
She's come up to you and been like, what were you drinking? And you go, Guinness. And she's going, right, let me go to the bar. Guinness. Come back and just throw it in your face.
Yeah. Threw it in your face.
Wow.
Yeah. Michelle, yeah.
We were out once.
What a case.
And, I forget. Do you know Dom?
Yeah.
Do you know Dom? We used to do the tyres.
Yeah.
We're out.
Father Threads.
Father Threads. Yeah. We were out with him. And we're in some club, so like a social club, can't remember. It was down in Bootle somewhere. And some fellas coming past with a big tray of ale. And he literally, Dom had a girlfriend at the time, not his wife now.
Yeah.
And something just sort of spilt, a little drip spilt, and got her on the shoulder, And she just went like that with the tray. Bang! A tray right up in the air. This tray was shocking. I'm sat there thinking, there's going to be a fight.
Yeah.
And the fella just went, I'm awful sorry about that. Let me buy you all a drink.
Oh, what
Really?
a guy.
Wow.
That's the way to diffuse it, isn't it? Yeah, that's it.
I think it was Tom's dad.
Yeah. You've been doing the papers.
Jeeves,
Yeah,
get the air in, will you?
Oh, so how did you then speak to the cousin? You got to leave us hanging on
well,
that.
obviously, then I apologised, like, and said, I'll buy you a drink, and he was like, no. And then, obviously, the week later, because that's what used to happen them days.
Yeah.
Clubs them days they shut at 2:00.
Yeah.
So you had to go home, and I thought, I hope she's there again next week. You know what I mean? And she was. And it took about another 2 or 3 weeks, and I bought them a drink. Another week, I got a dance, and then it went from there. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So yeah,
there's people in tonight who in the bar tonight who went to the firehouse.
Yeah.
Got great memories of the firehouse.
Oh, it was
It
great.
became
Yeah,
flames.
upstairs.
That's what they're saying.
Flames was upstairs. Yeah.
Mark Devine
They
saying
would have set the
flames.
staircases that got thrown down.
Jesus
weren't they?
Christ! Yeah, I did get thrown down them actually. Yeah,
That was a steep staircase.
They-
That
they
to get
do
thrown
it.
down.
they
They
do
used to
it.
throw you out, but throw you down the stairs.
Wow.
The bouncers.
What guys?
Yeah.
What were your
Yeah.
mates' names? You got some good mates' names there. Smigo and
Well, there's
Smigger.
Smigger and
Logo.
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 Fitzy.
You know,
Fitzy.
Logo.
You're making this up.
He's not.
I'm
He's
not.
I know them all.
Smigo.
Smigger.
Logsy.
Logo.
Logo. You're making them up. No, Smigger.
You've met
Logo.
Logo.
Have I?
Yeah.
Oh, Logsy. I love Logsy.
Logo.
Okay.
Logo was at the comedy.
Was
Right.
he?
Yeah.
Ah, very good. Yeah. And what was your nickname?
Tucker.
Tucker.
Yeah.
Why is it Tucker?
To be honest, I don't really know. We'd moved up to Litherland at the time.
Yeah.
I went to a new school. I was about 7 or 8.
Come on, they
Um,
start nicknames young here, don't they?
Yeah.
And they stick.
I went to a school called English Martyrs.
That's a private school, isn't it?
No.
No,
No, okay, sorry. All right.
just in
I
Litherland.
thought we were going to
And,
connect over
We
something.
name ours that sound private.
Yeah,
but
it
then
sounds
they
lovely,
drop
doesn't
an
it?
You
approval.
know what I mean?
But then you get there and you're like, no.
St.
Yeah.
George of England High School.
That sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever been there?
I'm guessing
It
it
really
doesn't. It doesn't exist anymore. They've knocked
They've
it down.
renamed it.
haven't they?
yeah.
Something more appropriate.
Yeah.
Hawthorns.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
all right, yeah.
But obviously there was a school uniform in the time. At the time, I had to go there in just an ordinary pair of shorts, and I had a green sweatshirt on University in Notre Dame. Stood out like
When you were 8.
yeah. So I didn't have a school uniform.
It's clever.
Obviously, my mum and dad had just moved into the area, so I was getting picked on because I didn't have a school uniform. So I ended up having a fight with a lad. You know what I mean? And I hit him, and then this lad went, "Oh, we're gonna call you Wacker," and I went, "No, you're not." And he went, "Well, how about Tucker?" And I went, "Yeah, all right, that'll do."
This is the fella you've just had a fight with.
Yeah, and it stuck.
I love
It
that.
just stuck.
That's how it
Tucker.
happens. Yeah.
That's how it happens in English
Call him
Martyrs.
Tucker.
And now that's the name
That's
that
what he
most
gets
people
called by
call you.
everyone.
For
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
It's amazing, that, isn't it?
Even as a kid, my mum and dad used to call me it sometimes. You know,
Yeah.
like my mates would knock at the door and Tucker, your mates are here. And I'm, "Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
Now I
your
get
your
the
mum
full
would call you Tucker?
Yeah, at one time, yeah.
Wow.
Now I get the full title.
I had all sorts of evening Mike McGlynn's just popped up to say hello. Mike McGlynn's episode, we had some good feedback about that.
Yeah, we did.
Although
yeah.
Mike, we've got a little concern
What?
because Mike leads a church down in town, and it's one of these churches where you have to be cool and trendy to go
Really
along.
cool.
And Mike looks
We
the
can't even
part.
get in.
You know,
yeah,
they
I was just
wouldn't-
going to say, is
No.
your name, you got to have your name down.
We sit
Yeah, you've got-
outside and
it
they think
is-
we're
they meet in a
scarecrows.
nightclub like Flames by the sounds of it. They do, and it's Basically, some of our church are going down on Sunday.
They got off on
they're
us.
deserting on us.
Have they?
Because they want to be part of the shiny thing. They said Mike's better looking than you, and that's the end of that.
None of the people in our church will fit in there.
Brutal. Mike, if you could...
Mike will take one look at you and go, sorry, not for us.
Mike, if you could just dial down the preaching for 1 week. Don't don't bring your A game.
Just get your rubbish band up instead of the good one. You know, all that
Send
kind
them back
of stuff.
our way. That'd be good. That'd be good. People are... Anyway, let us know what your nicknames are at home. If anyone had a nickname, I had a couple of nicknames. I want to hear. I'm wondering whether Allan had a. Allan, does Allan have a nickname with the boys?
No, it's just Al.
It's just Al.
I was called Finn in school.
Yeah, Finn in school. Yeah,
Finn. Yeah. Why do they call you Finn?
Well, have a guess.
Because he's not thin, is he?
Yeah, it's like an ironic thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Finn.
I was really thin when I was in school.
I've seen pictures of Allan, and
I was painfully skinny.
Yeah,
and then I stopped smoking. Stopped smoking, and
what were you
food
thinking?
tasted amazing. I just started used to work at digging, digger driving on trucks and on building sites, and for me breakfast I used to go and buy half a pound of bacon, half a pound of sausage, tin of beans, tin of tomatoes, and a loaf, and I'd have about 4 pieces of toast and all of that. And
you're still skinny?
No, this is after.
This is post the good years.
This is post smoking.
These are the diabetes years.
This is what led to the diabetes years. Right? Used to literally have half a pound of bacon a day and half a pound of sausage a day.
Did you?
It was amazing.
Oh.
Yeah. That was
we were saying to Jack, weren't we, last week? Because Jack will turn up to church on Sunday with like a Red Bull, a full thing of Haagen-Dazs and a packet of Doritos, and that's
on a Sunday.
That's Sunday. That's his breakfast. That's how he starts the day.
Crackers.
And I said, no, not crackers, ice cream.
Doritos.
And I said, you can't do that, Jack. You can't get away with that much longer. The good years are fading.
They're going to catch you up.
Yeah, they will catch up.
Yeah,
you'll be size of an elephant.
Yeah.
So you were Finn.
Finn, yeah, that was mostly it.
Oh, Jack, what did you have a nickname?
That was JJ.
JJ, that's all right, isn't it? His name's actually Jack Jones.
Oh, really?
So he's got he has the clobber on and he looks the part.
I finally bought like a t-shirt with Jack Jones on it for the first time. Yeah,
good lad.
Only as an inside joke.
Wear it so I don't forget your name. So,
in fact, if everyone in church could go,
if everyone could do that,
you'd really help.
No, don't all wear Jack Jones.
Some of you can call yourselves Lacoste. I don't mind. You know, whatever.
Here we go. Let's see what people had. James was Smiler because Allan drinks like a fish. Apparently, that's why that nickname stuck.
Okay, who's that?
Ray. Danny said he used to get called Pikey.
Pikey,
I think that's an offensive term.
It probably is, especially if Danny's saying it.
We'd like to apologise for all
on behalf of Danny.
On behalf of Danny. He's done that thing, hasn't he?
Other fish are available.
Other fish are available.
See what I did there? See what I did there?
So does his mate used to say, don't tell him your nickname,
I'm getting to that age now.
His mates must have said, don't tell him your nickname, Pikey.
Yeah.
Emma was called Skeletor. That's a bit harsh, isn't it?
Skeletor. Wow.
An E.T. They're not nice, are they?
No. I thought you went to a Christian school.
That's what's
going on there?
Mean them.
Yeah.
Tao the Scow for Tao.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I can understand why that's stuck.
What? So you haven't told us yours.
I had lots of nicknames.
Well, come on.
Yeah. So I was called. I used to play golf, Mick. There was a.
I'm shocked.
Then we had a golf course at the end.
After Polo had finished.
And then get someone to drive you to the ball.
We did, yeah. We had a golf course at the end of our garden, Mick. You'll be surprised to hear. And so I used to be able to go and play golf regularly. And I was so good, people nicknamed me Tiger. I was in Tiger Woods.
Oh, shut up.
I've
seen you play golf.
Well, yeah, it was ironic.
It looks like you've had a stroke.
I think it was ironic. Is this like a Jim Furyk specials? But so they called me Tiger.
I mean, he's not bad.
Then they called me. Oh, you never played?
I've never played.
We get around in, Mick.
It's a waste of a good walk, isn't it?
Well, it gets you out of the house for a long time. It's like the wagon driving.
If you're as bad as me, it makes the walk longer.
Oh, is that what? Yeah.
It's a really long
walk.
Yeah.
So I play golf. So it's called Tiger. As in Tiger Woods. Then they called me Tony the Tiger.
Yeah.
Then they called me Swiss Tiger.
Great.
Yeah. Nice.
That's because you tried to do the jigsaw, didn't you? Come on.
They do. I don't get that.
Oh,
That's another old person's joke, is it?
Go on, carry on.
And so Tony the Tiger. Then they called me Swiss Tony. Then Swiss.
Yeah, Swiss Tony.
Do you remember Swiss Tony?
Yeah, off the Fast Show.
Harry Enfield and that.
Yeah.
Swiss Tony, then Swiss.
Tony.
So I was called Swiss.
Swiss
Swiss.
Tony, yeah.
Swiss Tony.
Swiss.
I
It was
thought
off
that
the
was
Fast
pretty
Show,
good.
yeah, with John Thompson and Harry Enfield, Paul Whitehouse.
That's it. Good knowledge.
Okay. I don't remember.
No, so Swiss, it stuck, and the girls seem to like it. See,
Well, the girls like
The fella who played Swiss Tony, he used to actually write the show, didn't he?
did he?
Yeah. Can't remember his name.
Not Harry Enfield.
No,
Someone
no.
different.
No. Harry Enfield.
Paul.
Paul Whitehouse was on it, but the
yeah.
lad who wrote the show with Paul Whitehouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tucker, tell us about.
How does Karen get on with a house full of lads?
Yeah. How does she
That's
find
chaos. So obviously with that, I had to go and buy 2 dogs just to make it more chaotic and then go work away.
it? She thanks you for that then.
Yeah, she loves me for that. To be honest, you know what? She I'm gonna blow smoke up her, but she's great.
She's not watching. You can say what you want.
Yeah, she's out with the girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
On a
nice,
Wednesday.
isn't it? On a Wednesday. Yeah, but no, she's great with the kids. You know, she doesn't stop. She doesn't sit down sometimes.
Bless her.
Yeah, so and it's tough, obviously. You know what I mean? Because obviously 4 boys, they all want to shower in the morning. They all want to shower overnight. So we generally wash around 10 towels a day in the house, and then it's like wear clothes. Then they all go to the gym. Why can't you have a shower in the gym?
Yeah.
Just have a shower in the gym instead of coming to my house and putting my lecky. But you know what I mean. Use their towels.
Yeah.
When mine moved out, Mick, our lecky bill halved.
Wow.
Imagine.
Just by them moving out and not having loads of showers every day, and as you say, having to wash every towel. They go to shower and they use like 3 towels just to dry themselves. It's one around the head, one around them, and one to dry themselves. What's going on? And then they throw them in the wash and they won't use the towel twice. They do now. They're in their own house.
Yeah, I bet they do.
Yeah, they do now.
My eldest lad, his girlfriend lives with us as well. So there's 7
you're
in the
collecting
house.
them. You're collecting people. You're supposed to be shipping them out, Mick, and you're bringing them in.
You want to see us at tea time? It's like the proper big dinner lady pans, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's nice though, isn't it? I love that kind of big family.
Yeah, it's great, you know what I mean? But
that's lovely, isn't it?
We had, at one time, we had a table that sits at 4. Then we expanded to 6. Now we just got another one for 8. I'm petrified what's going to happen by Christmas. Yeah, the tables have just got longer and longer, more chairs.
I used to have to put a sheet of plywood on it to make it big enough for Christmas.
Yeah,
literally. Yeah.
And what did you say? What were the dogs? What type of dogs are they? We've got some people interested in the dogs.
I had a little cross. She was a Westie and a Bichon called a Wichon, which was supposed to be non-allergenic because I suffer with asthma.
Oh yeah.
So that was great. And then I bought a little Patterdale in a pub in Shrewsbury for 50 quid.
You brought a dog in the pub.
Yeah.
I love that.
The best
Get
place,
anything in the pub, Tom.
the best place to buy a dog in the pub.
We should sell some. We should sell some dogs in Finnegan, shouldn't we? That'd be good. That mean
we can try that as well if you want.
We have a little thing called buymeacoffee.com for like supporting the
Finnegans.
So maybe we should do buy me a dog. You might get more takeout.
We'll end up with loads of dogs.
Years
Stop
ago,
taking them to the homes and bring them to us.
Yeah.
do you remember the Coronation pub?
Yeah.
I mean, you could buy anything in there on a Saturday.
Yeah. Most pubs were like that.
Yeah.
You could. People would come in and say, "What do you want?" And you go, "What do you mean?" They go, "What do you want? Anything from the shop?" And you'd say, "Well, anything." Just say, "Yeah, I want a bike." Okay. Nick's going to rob one,
Go and
bring it back and sell you.
It's like Argos. Just go and have a look out back.
I'll just order one here and wait for it to come.
It's going to be the best shop in the world. And you don't see anything. You look in a book and they go and get it from the back.
Yeah.
You don't have anything on show, you know. And that's what it was like to Corrie. You know?
Wow.
A lot of pubs were
Very
like that.
good.
And building sites are like that. When they come on and they go, "What do you want?" Carpets and everything.
Really?
Honestly, yeah.
I love it.
Honestly. And you order and they go, "Okay, that might take me a couple of days."
I'm on the site for 3 weeks.
It's like Amazon, you know, when you went on Prime.
Yeah. You've got to wait a while for delivery. It'll come. It'll come. It just take a while.
I've just got to work on it. Got to work on how to get that post office safe.
Oh, I love it.
So how did you become a wagon driver? Because you said you were a YTS. What was that doing, the YTS?
YTS, I was actually a diesel marine technical engineer.
Oh, wow. What, you train and
Say
ski?
that again. You were a what?
Diesel marine technical engineer.
Yeah.
Basically, I was a fitter on the submarines in Camberlaids. So
You said some words there that I don't know what they mean.
well, diesel was the
Diesel.
engine. Marine,
No, I know
you're
what
at sea, technical, and an engineer. Fitter.
No, but the next sentence.
Camberlaids.
Yeah, what's that?
Shipbuilding yard.
Big shipbuilding yard over in
For the
Birmingham.
shut it, you know.
But so you were
Like
what?
everything else up
But
here.
what was the bit before that?
Probably moved it down south.
Camelot. You come up with some names up here, like Fazakerley and all that. I'm like, when I first heard Fazakerley, Emma said she was born in Fazakerley. I was like, what country was that in? Fazakerley.
Yeah.
The kip on that.
So have you never heard of Cantrell Farm?
No.
See,
Where's that?
Stockbridge
Stockbridge
Village.
Oh, I
now.
never heard of Stockbridge Village.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
one they've renamed because it got
Renamed.
so bad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't solve the problems, just rename it. They'll never catch on.
Just put me-
Yeah. Just
Well,
like
yeah.
schools.
So I started off as a fitter.
Yeah.
But my dad was a wagon driver, you know what I
Okay.
mean? And he had his own wagons. So as soon as I got to 21, I wanted to be a wagon driver.
Love it.
And I, got through my test, got my class 1, and took it from there.
Have you
Class one
enjoyed
over.
it?
I absolutely love it.
Oh yeah.
Honest to God, yeah, I love being in a wagon.
Do you? What
Yeah.
is it about it?
Well, when I work,
Keeps
even,
away from 4 kids.
yeah, the peace and quiet. You do go a bit cab mental at times, like when you're totally on your own for the week.
Yeah.
But I do love wagon driving. I love the freedom. Once you're out, you're your own boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You dictate where you stop, what you do.
So will you go all over on the wagons, or
yeah,
is it?
Yeah, I used to go all over the country. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I love it. Over to Ireland, North, South Ireland. Love
Yeah.
it. So yeah, but
That's
yeah.
great. And what have they got better? The wagons? Have they gone on? Do they like?
yeah.
Are they like dead comfy and that?
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I don't like the automatics,
No.
but the wagons themselves, yeah, so much safer and better.
Nice.
I drove for one fella, and I used to drive and deliver sweets for taverners down to Milton Keynes.
Oh yeah.
And the wagon had a piece of rope which was connected to the accelerator, because when you put the accelerator down, the pedal used to stick.
So you have to pull it back up.
So you'd have to pull it back up, and it went over the sun visor, and you'd pull it. Yeah.
Wow.
So go and
Things have come on a little bit.
if
Then.
you've ever been to Milton Keynes, it's roundabout city. So it was literally, you were like a one-man band driving, trying to change gear, double clutch, 24 gears, yeah, pull the rope, brake, yeah. It was
Very good.
6 weeks I lasted.
Rope broke.
Yeah.
Rope
It
snapped.
was a nightmare.
Yeah.
But the wagons now are fantastic, you know what I mean?
Very good.
But yeah, so I love it. I love the wagon driving.
Yeah. Good. I'm good. And tell us a little bit. Well, I think Alan. Obviously Alan's a minister. I didn't know what you make of that when you got. Was he already a minister when you got to know him?
No, I don't think you
Must
was
have
at
been.
first. Well, yeah.
I must have been, yeah.
Yeah.
I must have been.
I think like when I knew of him when he was down there in Montfort Road and all that, when we used to knock around with
I
John
wasn't the one
Riley.
there.
No, and then obviously as it progressed, it was like, oh, Alan, oh yeah, he's a Baptist minister now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, mad.
What? Mad.
I thought he was a brickie.
They're pretty similar.
Yeah. Just building blocks.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I say, each to their own.
So yeah, have you had any experience of church or faith or what? I'm just interested to drill down. It's like just for me, it's always we have like people, all sorts of different people, and I just love hearing like what their relationship is to faith. And it doesn't have to, we have people come in and say they don't believe, and that's absolutely fine. But I just find it interesting what people's perspective is on it.
My mum and dad are, Catholics, really religious.
Okay.
And my wife, she was Protestant. Well, we got married in a Catholic church, so we had to go on a course.
Oh, what
to get married in the church?
What did they teach you on the course?
It was
How
a bit
to
strange.
put an envelope on the
Yeah.
on the shop every Friday night.
So she had to come to the Catholic church to do a course
because
make it proper.
Her dad was a Catholic
You
and
wouldn't be
her mum
allowed.
was a Protestant. But sadly, her dad had passed away, so we got married in the church where her dad was buried from.
Okay,
So we had to go see Father Michael for about 6 weeks.
Did you?
Yeah.
What did you make of that? Were you just thinking, oh, they're having me on
Do you know
here
what?
trying to get me in?
I loved it, to be honest.
Did
Only
ya?
because I am quite argumentative.
Okay.
And it was great when the priest was saying, you need to do this, and you had to name 3 things that you're going to bring into the marriage. And I said, well, I've got a telly, Got a CD collection. I was a DJ at the time. And got some records. And he was like, no, it's got to be, you know. And I said, well,
the irony.
Who are you married to?
That's it, the irony.
Yeah.
They're not married. They're not giving you marriage advice.
and he said, I'm married to the church. And I was like, how many times have you come in 5 o'clock on a Sunday morning when you've had a session, you've ended up in the casino, you're not drunk. Our Lord's never been waiting for you at the top of the stairs with a rolling pin. You know? So, I mean, I always find myself going, do I believe? Do I not believe? Is there something there? Is there not? And I've always argued with it.
Yeah. So you've had that question within yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
if I go to church, I'm generally looking up at our Lord on the cross.
Yeah.
And I'm going, no, I'm not having that.
Really?
Yeah. And then I go, oh yeah. And then, you know, you hear something and you go, well, that's nice. But I think people who've got a religion, I think it's fantastic. If you got a belief, then that's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing.
But for you, you've never been able to quite square it away. Like, you kind of think, oh, sometimes there's elements of it that you like, but other times you think
when
that
something goes wrong, then people say it's a test. I'm like, really, is it? It's not even multiple choice. I want 4 answers. 1 I can just throw straight away. 2 I'm going to wrestle with. And 1 I know is the real, you know. So I used to
multiple choice.
I remember winding my mum up because obviously she's very religious. My mum, you know, she goes to church all the time. I mean, the likes of a couple of weeks ago, I passed the test in work. My son passed his driving test. My niece, she passed the driving test. And my mum was like, I've prayed all week to such and such a saint. And I'm like, have you really? And she believes it. But if you look at some of the patron saints nowadays, there's a patron saint for drug dealers.
There's never a patron. Is there a patron
I'll bet you there's a patron saint for. I've looked this up actually, and I'm sure he's.
Is that the one you pray to?
I was going to say he's Jesus from Mexico, but he's not. But there must be one because there's a patron saint for ugly people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Never is there
there
really?
Is, honest to God, there's some fantastic
you
ones out
should know
there.
that.
We don't have.
Yeah. So there's some great ones out there. Like,
that tickled you, didn't it? You enjoyed that.
Oh, he set that up there.
He
I
did,
just
he
thought,
did.
yes, I'll knock it out the park.
Yeah. It's interesting though. I do find that interesting. And we had a few people in recently who, you know, people who kind of maybe came with an assumption that God was real, and they kind of felt like all their life they just sensed that God was real, and then there came a point where they decided, okay, if he's real, then you know, it must have consequence for it must have a meaning for my life and a purpose and a meaning for my life. Whereas I guess more your experiences, you've seen, you know, you've been grown up around faith and seen it. And for you, there's just that, I guess, that moment you're still thinking, well, is it real or not? I just can't quite.
I think what used to get me as well was, as a kid, as Alan said, if you didn't put in a collection box, the priest would come to the house.
Yeah.
And if the priest was coming to the house, my mum, the place was blitzed. You know,
and people weren't loads of worthy as well.
People were frightened of the priest coming to the house. You know what I mean?
What, to come if he's coming to get the money and all that?
Not just for the money, but you know,
what he might think he had, or
you know. So you know, there was always the glass of scotch was always ready. You know what I mean?
Oh right. See, I don't. I've never.
I wasn't Catholic, but I had Catholic cousins, so I know this.
Okay, so they would come. He'd come, and
you know,
that would be.
Best chance.
You'd have to be on your best behaviour. You'd have to almost give him a gift, like a drink for coming, and then some money,
bit of money,
and
sometimes there wasn't a lot of money in the houses. You know what I mean? That's why it felt bad.
It felt, you know, it felt like, I'd say it wasn't a religion. It was more like control, and I was like,
wow.
And then I got to a point where, and I actually said it to Father Michael. I went, at the end of the day, it's just a job. And he was like, well, it's not really, it's a vocation. I was like, it's just a job. And we didn't argue. We had a bit of a laugh. I ended up getting on really well with him, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I always think, I don't know.
I can understand that though. I can understand that. And like with church, we've got it wrong a lot over the years. I'm not getting into any particular denomination or anything, because like
I reckon I've got it wrong over the years.
We've got it wrong and all that.
I knew all yous for years and then went missing for about 25.
Yeah. And then came back with a job collar.
What happened to you?
Without a dog.
Yeah. And you're trying to sell them in the bar.
And I went missing, you know what I mean, for like years, like missing in action kind
What
of
do you mean though? What does that mean?
I stopped hanging around with me mates because I got into church. and I did all the churchy things, and I ended up doing churchy mates, and then I didn't like hang around with anyone else.
But why did you do that?
Bad about that.
Why did you do that?
Because the
culture of it at the time.
Yeah, I probably had a perception that I was, and this sounds horrible, that I was better in some ways, and I'm clearly not. Clearly, I'm not. Honestly, I'm not messing. This has been like the last 5 to 10 years. I've been like, I've almost on a daily basis said to God, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Because I was a divvy.
What do you mean? Sorry about what?
Sorry about like just not hanging out with people who I grew up with and all that, and being mates with them and doing normal stuff with people.
And I think that
going to prayer meetings and things like that instead, you know what I mean? And I did it with the best intentions because that's what I was sort of taught.
Yeah.
That was what you did once you went to church and that.
Yeah.
But now I look back and I just think, I'm sorry about that. And I've actually apologized to some people over the years and that, and said, sorry about that. Bit daft, wasn't I?
I think also then, I guess for people, your mates and that, you become a Christian and then suddenly you weren't really their mate anymore, which wouldn't have been ace for them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So for them, where's he gone?
I think that was part of the culture. And I don't know what it was like with, that people almost like they become Christians and then it's like, they've been like raptured, like they disappear like into the church, never to be seen again.
Never seen again.
But the thing is,
you lose all your records as well.
The thing is, then I guess for your mates is like Christianity's not been a good thing because they no longer got their mate anymore. And
unless they hated me, and then they
that's it.
Boss.
They thought, oh, thank God, thank you,
Jesus.
Yeah,
take Spigger as well.
Poor Smigger.
But no, sorry.
Sorry, Jen.
What about Logsy?
God's rest his soul. He's still alive.
Logsy. Yeah, and so I think then it's. I guess your experience of Christianity is not a positive one then, really. In some senses, and that's sort of in that I don't like that idea of that sense of like we have to be on our best behavior, and we do see that in our church sometimes. If people, God bless them, they're brave enough to come to the church, which is massive for people. To come to a church, when they're thinking, for whatever reason, they're thinking they want to give faith a go, or they think something's happening in their life and they could do with a bit of support or a bit of direction, and to step into a church, that'd be potentially a terrifying thing, especially
with you at the front.
Yeah, and then they've got that fear that they've got to come and put on their Sunday best, even mentally, and I just find that heartbreaking because so much of what my understanding of Christianity is you can just come as you are, in the mess. You don't have to sort out the mess to come. You come while you're still in the mess.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't, obviously that's feeling for you growing up, like, oh, the minister's coming, we better tidy up, be on our best behavior. He's going to fleece us for some cash and we're going to have to give him a drink.
It was totally different back then, though. I think it's probably changed now. I don't
think they would do that anymore.
Not anymore. No. I don't think you'd be allowed to do that anymore by any. You know what I mean?
Evening, Miriam. Nice to have you in. Tal says she behaves a little bit too much like herself at church, which I think we can all agree at. Very good. Tell us a little bit about the comedy course then, Mick. I'm interested because I've got to say, you were very good.
He was.
You were very good.
Really?
Because I was part of what I love about the comedy course when I go to him.
He's done one yourself.
I did one first. Right, okay. I was also very good, Mick.
Do it.
Very good.
So why didn't you do the next one?
He's doing the next one.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. So what I thought, part of what the joy of the comedy course for me is after you've done it and the terror. I was terrified. You come along and you see people get up there and you think, this would be quite good if it goes badly. I'd really enjoy this. And you got up.
No wonder you're a minister.
You're like, I'm really changing your perception of Christians.
Quite evil.
Yeah.
He is. I could join.
Yeah. Good. That's what we're trying to do here. Right, we're trying to make you think. But you got up and smashed it. You were hilarious. And it made me think, that must have been a string to your bow already. You must be the funny one in your group of mates because you were very good.
Well, obviously there's Logo as well, who's very funny, and he was on the comedy course. To be honest, I loved the comedy course. I really enjoyed it. Done nothing but laugh on the course. Met some great people on there. Still friends with them.
A great group, actually. That was
brilliant.
And a lot of people have kept it going afterwards, which isn't always the case.
No.
Unlike, I think ours, like only one kept it
never
going.
Did you?
No. And I think there's at least 5 or 6 who kept going on that course, if not
Peter's
more.
still going, and James and Mark and Francine. Jacqueline's on it.
Mark's in tonight. Mark's around. He's doing a good job.
I love that the tale she told Laura. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the graveside.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yes, she was ace. We've had her on in here as well, and she's very funny, very funny.
So the course was great. I loved it. The night went really well, and then after that, I got asked to do a night in June, which wasn't too bad, and then I done one in October at the Tempest in Tyburn Street. Nice, and it was like a competition, and luckily Francine and myself, we went through.
Okay. Did you?
Yeah. So that was good. Yeah.
Well done, mate.
Lucky, I've loved it.
Did you feel nervous doing it? Was there any nerves attached to it?
Yeah, obviously, yeah. I mean, I was quite fortunate. I knew basically 80% of the audience because I bought all their tickets.
I love that. You packed it with your mates, which is amazing because when I did it, I was so terrified. I didn't tell anyone. Yeah. And then last minute, my wife told all of her family.
All ate them anyway.
So they all come down.
They were from Fazakli.
They're from Bootle, yeah. So they come down. They had that look in their eyes like I did. You know,
he's gonna die.
So afterwards, they were kind of like, "Yeah, all right, you were quite good. That's annoying."
He was quite good because he forgot what he was saying, and the woman on the front row heckled him, and he just responded to that.
Oh, right.
And it worked.
She saved me. She saved me.
And then you got into your routine, didn't you?
Yeah,
you remembered
she saved me.
Yeah,
but you did.
We did the Royal Court.
That was. I mean, that was a good.
I remember when you used to do that course.
That was a good place for a gig.
Yeah. That was sad.
But you said you packed it with your mates. So you didn't give yourself any room for error. If that goes bad, they're never going to let you forget about that.
No,
but he's quite funny anyway.
Yeah.
He is that funny person.
I've always enjoyed. Well, you know,
he loves comedy.
When I've sat with Alan and Joyce in friends' back gardens and bars like this, I love the banter. I love the jokes. Making someone laugh, the best thing in it. I don't care if there's 10 people. If someone laughs, one person, that'll do me.
Yeah. And have you had any bad gigs since? Because that went so well. No, because
I've only had 3.
Yeah, and they've all gone well.
So they've all gone well.
That's not normally the case. What normally happens is the comedy course one goes well because everyone's rooting for you.
Clash and burn.
And then the next one afterwards where people are just like, impress me.
Yeah.
Like that's when it goes badly. So if you've done, I mean, fair play
I was on your second gig.
That's right. Yeah.
And the headliner, Kay Nicholson. Yeah. She was sat at the back. Well, because you went on quite early. And she said to me, "Oh, he's good, isn't he?" And I went, "Yeah, it's only his second ever gig."
Wow.
She went, "Oh, shut up." She said, "I hate him now."
Actually, I did send her a friend request, and she deleted me.
She said that is scarily how good he is if that's his second gig.
Yeah.
You could tell. You need to keep it up, mate.
You do.
3's not enough.
I was trying to get him to do a comedy course for years.
Yeah.
I had been sending them when they were on. Yeah, do this. There's a comedy course starting, you know.
And then I used to say to my boss, make sure I'm working away that week so I don't have to go. I loved it.
When we done ours. And we're doing another one, Mick. We're doing another one this next year. There's another fundraiser. So if you can get your 800 mates again, that would be absolutely boss.
They're all actually living in our house.
They're all related.
Yeah. Big Irish Catholic family, you know what I mean?
So we're starting that in January sometime, end of Jan.
Yeah. Okay.
For the end of Feb, the show in the end of Feb. We haven't told Bootle Footy Club yet, but we're going to try and get a Thursday night again.
Yeah, see Dave Miley.
See the last Thursday in Feb. We want to book it, probably.
Okay.
It says here, Mark Devine's on. He says Tucker's opening the Irish Centre 2nd of March. Comedy takeover. So if you want to see,
that's the one you bumped me off, Mark.
Well, why not?
Well,
he's got a real deal.
Exactly, yeah.
So he's got your funny mate on.
Yeah. He's got more of an Irish name than me.
Yeah, that's it.
Or me.
No. The thing is, he didn't know that then. That's not, you weren't doing that on purpose.
What?
Okay, don't worry.
No, I didn't do that on purpose.
No.
I knew he was booking me because it was an Irish centre, and I've got a name Finnegan.
Is that why he's booking you?
It's near Paddy's Day and all that kind of thing. So
Very
the
good.
one I was trying to get him an Irish comedian. I seen one on Brendan Riley had him on, and I thought he was brilliant. So I sent him his name the other day. I don't know if he got him or not, but he'll be really good if you get him.
Phil's on. He said, Tucker, you should give Britain's Got Talent a go. They'll take anyone.
Oh no.
Who's Phil? Phil what? Wagner is that?
Look at that. I was like, who's Phil? Go on, who's Phil?
Who is he?
I don't know. Phil. Oh, you know Phil. Phil Wagner.
I don't know him. Who is he?
He's our mate.
He's our mate, is he?
Yeah.
He's not my mate. I want to get some Phil.
Come
Not
on,
now.
Phil.
Not now.
Thanks
You're not
for
Phil.
watching, mate.
Philly.
We love you. Very good. All right. Well, good. And tell us a bit about the footy. Someone earlier made a comment. They said your team was a bit aggressive. What's the team called?
My team, Atherton Laburnum Rovers.
Yeah.
We're based just up past Lee.
Oh, Lee.
Out past Wigan.
Lee's nice.
Yeah, a little place called Atherton.
Right.
I was with Bootle for a couple of years with the under 18s.
They done the kind of Real Madrid on you, didn't you? You won the league, you won the cup, you won something else, and you didn't win the European Cups.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah. To be honest, I was only the assistant. The lad called Dave Jones. He's the manager. He's only a young lad. He's only 24. Fantastic manager. I think I've learnt more off him.
Okay. Wow.
I mean, I've done youth football for years, 25 years. I love the non-league. Yeah. I love the non-league more than the Premiership.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's an Evertonian. Come on.
Well, obviously. So yeah, but
you've been the assistant at Everton.
It's been great. We I say we got let go by Bootle under 21s.
Brutal.
After we did win the league. We won the league. Well, they won.
Well done, lads.
They won the championship. Then they got promoted. We won the Premier Division. Then we won the Liverpool Cup. I mean, and that is prestigious.
Yeah.
And
amazing.
They let us go 12 hours later.
He said to me, they called us into the office. They thought they were like going to say, well done, lads, and all that. And he just went, we're letting you go.
Letting you go. We're going to disband the team. Well,
all the players, all the staff.
Yeah, so
gone.
We took about 7 or 8 of the players with us. We went and had an interview. Well, Dave did anyway, up at Atherton, and he said, yeah. And I thought, I'm getting on a bit. I'll pack it in. I'm 54.
Yeah.
And Dave said, you're going nowhere. You know what I mean?
Oh, nice.
So, and to be honest, they keep you on the toes. It's open age. It's not, so the lads range from like 18, 19 up to, I think the eldest is 30, 31.
Wow.
But it's great. Last season, they stayed up by about three or 4 points. So they're lucky not to get relegated. And currently, we're second in the league.
Second in the league.
That's a bit of a transformation.
Yeah. So we're doing well. We rode the crest of a wave. We've done really well.
Nice.
10 games in 29 days, and we won 8. Drawn 1, lost 1.
That's all right.
We'll have to come and watch.
We'll have to, yeah.
We'll have to come and have a game.
Get up to Atherton. It's great. It's only a couple of quid to get in. People are dead friendly up there. They really.
Could you sort it so I could be a mascot? Could I run on with the team? I hold their hands.
Tom, you go further down in my estimation here.
Could I play?
Can he?
No, you could not play.
Can you make him run on in a lobster outfit? Just to get me own back.
Have they got a mascot? Could it be the Lobsters? Alan could run onto the pitch with his lobster outfit.
It could be Atherton Lobster.
There you go.
Instead of Le Bourbon or whatever it was.
I seen that in the lobster last week. I was like, lobster. And then I seen Iceland, Fire Foods or whatever.
He just didn't think we were posh enough up here to have lobster.
Yeah, we do get lobster in the Aldi.
Yeah.
And other available stores.
And Iceland.
And Iceland, yeah.
See.
Very good.
See.
So.
See.
But yeah, so the non-league football, I love it.
Good.
I love the non-league. It was my wedding anniversary in August. 28 years, was it? No, 27. 27 years married, and I took her on a all-exclusive Miller and Carter.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Up on Otters Pool prom.
Lovely.
Yeah, booked the table for 6. I thought, get finished for about 7:30.
No, not 6 people, Tom. 6
no,
o'clock.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I thought you were bringing your boys.
Oh, no. They were invited. I didn't invite them.
Not the girlfriends. Yeah. I'll bring the boys and not the girlfriends.
And I booked the table for 6 o'clock just for me and Karen. We had a lovely meal. And then I said, you're not going to believe this. I said, but South Liverpool are playing next door and it's against one of the top teams. Do you mind if you
do a bit of coaching?
Yeah. I've done a bit of scouting, yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, I don't think she was impressed as the rain poured down and she was stood underneath the stand.
You didn't take her to the game.
Yeah, you know.
I've seen
it there all night. You know what I mean?
I once
6 till 7.
Yeah, well,
I once said to Joyce, "Fancy a little city break, love?" She
Yeah.
went, "Oh yeah, where?" I said, "I'm thinking Madrid."
Oh, nice.
It's lovely Madrid, isn't it?
Yeah.
She didn't know Liverpool were
Not
playing.
2019, was it?
They were playing. Liverpool were playing Real Madrid the same weekend.
Happy days.
Midweek, I mean. So tough.
Very good.
Yeah.
I think Karen's been to more football grounds in Spain than she actually has in England.
Because
Because every time we go away, we always go, it's a game.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Nice. Mark said Iceland lobsters. They have security tags on them though, so you can't get them in the pub or the building site.
Well, to tell you what, you never know.
Don't kid
You
yourself.
never know. Evening, Chazza. Well, morning for Chazza. He's watching in Australia, but nice to have you with us, mate. I think it's time for a game.
Yeah.
It's time for a game.
It's time for blankety blank, blankety blank, boom, 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 blankety blank, blankety blank. We love this game, don't we, Tom?
Are you ready?
Sam.
You look so enthusiastic
I'm
for this.
going with it. I'm going with it.
Have you ever heard of a game called Linky?
No.
Well,
You
exactly.
love it.
It's one of
What's
them
that?
southern games.
You love
where
it, Tucker.
You have to have a
That
bit of
sounds
a
like
brain.
something off CBBS for 4-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're playing blankety blank. You know the rules of blankety blank. I say something.
yeah.
You've got to keep it in your head.
Okay.
Us three have to think an answer, and then your answer has to match with ours to get a point.
Right,
Okay.
everyone
Right,
at
okay.
home.
I think we got 6
We need
points.
your help.
Did we get 6 or 5 last week?
Loads, didn't we?
Last week,
Oh, it's
I was
hilarious.
dressed as a lobster.
It was
I've seen
hilarious.
Right, and I was literally the answer was obviously lobster.
It was always lobster.
Yeah, and literally, I made every question lobster. And the first one I asked, she went, champagne.
I think she could do better than me.
And I just went, you can't help some people, can you?
Couldn't you have got dressed up this week?
That's it. That's it.
Right, so here we go.
So
Let's do it.
Help us at home. If you're
Yeah.
listening on catch up, just shout.
Just
Shout at your phone.
Shout,
We're here.
walking down the street.
We're here.
Yeah.
Shout
Yeah,
it out.
yeah,
Lobsters! All right, let's have a go then.
So it was an early start for Mick today, Tom. And as you know, it was really cold.
It was cold.
It was so cold this morning that his blank froze.
Okay.
Look at his face.
It was basically really cold this morning. It was so cold that your blank froze.
Quick as you can, write your answers at home.
Quick as you
We'll
can.
come to you as well, Jack.
In a minute.
In a
In a
second.
second.
You-
Give them a minute. Give them
You've
a
not
minute.
got a microphone there for nothing, mate. We
I
expect some
know.
answers
Oh,
out
yeah.
there.
You got
He's
it
got his
in
hood
it
up
now.
now. He's
Got
freezing.
me hood up
poor
with one
lad.
handed.
It wasn't Jack, was it?
Yeah, Jack froze.
Very good. Give him, read it once more then.
Okay. It was an early start for Mick this morning, Tom. As you know, it's been very cold. And this morning, it was that cold, his blank froze.
All right.
Okay. Are you
Go
ready?
for it, Mick.
Are you ready? And
Do we ask Mick first?
We asked Mick first.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
What's
We've
your
only done
answer?
this 25 weeks and I still don't know how it works. The car froze.
Car froze.
Yeah.
How strict are you going to be?
I don't know. What were you going to say?
Windows.
Windscreen.
Windows.
Yeah.
I was going to say car
Windscreen.
windows.
Windscreen.
Yeah.
Windscreen, yeah.
You
I was going to go with that and I went, well, look, to be honest, I'm quite lucky. I've actually got a company car and when it was a frost this morning, I actually got my phone and phoned the car to say, can you warm the car up? So
put the heaters on.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So
Tom's just as a man that does that for
oh, yeah.
Just a man.
You think I'm posh?
Yeah.
Your phone sorts your car out.
Yeah.
Who you phoned someone?
No, I phoned the car.
It heats itself up.
These new cars. It's a
No.
electric car, isn't it?
Is the car out front?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm having to look at this afterwards. What sort of car is it?
Mercedes.
Oh,
So what I'll do to you later, Tom,
Yeah.
when we're going,
Yeah.
10 minutes before, I'll text the car, warm it up, and then when you get there, it's all nice and toasty. So this morning, to be honest, the only thing that was frozen was me.
I was going to say nose.
Oh, right.
No.
Nose froze. I was
Right.
going to say Todd, but I thought that was a bit rude.
Yeah.
Brain,
My nose
someone
is
said.
bigger.
Lock on the car, lorry, candle, milk,
Oh,
mouth. What was going on here? Toes.
toast.
Window, finally, Chazza.
Window.
Milk. The milk's a good
Alright.
one, isn't it? Milk's a good answer. Milk,
Next one, Tom. Next one.
coffee.
Karen, Mick's wife, finds it hard living with so many males in the house. So
Yeah.
she often goes the blank to get peace and quiet.
Okay.
So Karen, Mick's wife, finds it
Have I
hard
met Karen? I'm trying to think. Have I
living
met
with
Karen?
so many males in
Not
a
sure.
house
Not sure.
that
Think
she
so.
often goes
He's
to
just going to
blank
carry on reading the thing even though I'm
to
talking.
get peace and quiet.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, considering she's out, I'm going to go wine bar.
Oh, nice. Nice.
He was a bit quick though, so we'll have to think of something else because we haven't thought yet.
Oh, okay.
If you don't think wine bar, that's one point.
That'd really help me out. So she has to go.
Blank.
So it
to
can't
get
be wine
peace
bar
and
now.
quiet.
He's gonna-
Can't be
Oh,
wine
yeah,
bar.
can't
Right. So she goes somewhere.
Oh, we're bossing
Okay,
this.
go on. I'll think of something else. Go on.
Peace
on then.
and quiet. So
Yeah.
who's on this? And what
Well,
are
you
they
want me to
saying?
read some of them out now?
No, not yet. I'm just
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Go
Okay.
on, throw your answers
So
in.
have you got an answer, Jack?
I think.
Okay,
I've
Jack.
got one.
Right, have you got an answer?
think?
I've got one. Yeah, no surprising.
Okay. Okay then.
We love you, Jack.
Not
Man,
that
you
she's ever
messing.
been, but I'm going to say laundrette.
Laundrette.
Yeah,
Laundrette.
Peace and quiet in the laundrette.
on her own, AirPods in. Yeah, away from the lads.
Okay. What were you?
Park.
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 What were you going to say?
Toilet.
Toilet.
Yeah.
I was going to say library.
You don't go to the toilet to get a bit of peace and quiet. Do you not
Library.
do that?
I used to
peace
do
and
that.
quiet.
4 lads in the house.
Yeah. She can't get in the toilet.
Can't get in it. No. This isn't going well, Mick.
And
Mick.
I didn't think it was going to be. I should have just said champagne 6 times here.
Lobster.
Yeah, champagne and lobster.
Here we go. Pub, bingo, toilet, bathroom, toilet, bingo to Goodison.
Oh, who's that?
Get some peace and
That's
quiet there.
outrageous,
That's
Ray.
good. Crumpet.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
that's right.
atmosphere
Yeah.
was great on Sunday.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
For the
actually.
first 2 minutes.
Yeah. And then it kind of went quiet for the next 8. And then it livened up again.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll be all right, I think. Last question.
Yeah.
Last question. Could be the last ever blankety blank question. this
Wait, did
time.
you have a corrupt sign at the match? Do you,
Do you
go
know what?
corrupt?
Yeah.
Even though you know you cheated and you're
Well,
in the
to be
wrong.
honest, I know the cheat. What I say, I think the as I say, the penalty
Yeah.
didn't fit. You know,
Didn't fit the crime.
and I say if that's the benchmark they've set, God help some teams.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Man City.
Liverpool will be next.
Be used, won't it? Look how much
Liverpool
users
already
spent lately.
Balance the
Liverpool
books,
already
that's-
broke FFP one time in 2015. They got a fine.
Today.
We got a
How
fine.
much?
They got I think 3.1 million.
That's
Nothing,
not
that
bad,
is it.
That's not bad, is it?
That's
All right,
right.
that.
Leicester done it. They got a fine. West Ham played 2 illegal players, Tevez and Mascherano. They got a fine.
Well, why
not
are
like
they
they've done-
why are they being
Not
so
like
mean?
they've done their research here, is it?
Yeah, Everton don't need better players. We need better lawyers.
That's
Yeah, we need better lawyers. Drag it out for years.
Yeah.
I think the
Postpone
problem
everything.
was you couldn't pay the fine.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
You know, but
Never mind.
when you look at some of the things that were brought in, no. I'm not bitter.
You'll be all right.
I'm bitter and proud.
It's coming down to Christmas. Back to the game.
Back to the game.
Yeah. And everyone is feeling a pinch. So while also trying to look after the environment, because we always have an environment question, Tom.
Yeah.
Right?
Children.
This year, instead of Secret Santa, we're all doing blank presents instead.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, Mick, I don't know what I'm going to say. Could you throw some answers in the comments, people? Because I don't even know
was
what I'm
gonna
going to say for that.
Instead of Secret
Don't say it
Santa.
out loud yet.
Instead
As
of
quick as you
Secret
can and at
Santa.
home. Quick, come on.
We're all
Quicker we
doing
get-
blank presents instead.
The quicker we get this answers, the quickest we can
move
finish
on
this,
and get
yeah.
on, and go home and whatever.
Oh, we've got a story, yeah.
I've
I'm
never
looking
got a
forward to that.
Yeah.
Did you tell Mick he's got to do a story? Good.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
I prep the guests, you know,
Hmm?
unlike you.
I wish you'd have prepped me on these questions.
Okay, here we go. Read it once more then.
Okay, it's Christmas. The Secret Santa. We're doing blank presents instead.
Doing blank presents.
Yeah. Instead of Secret Santa, we're doing blank presents instead.
Okay.
Okay. Mick.
Champagne and lobster.
It's good, but I'm guessing it's not right.
I'm not even going to get a check.
I've got
penny
nothing.
yet.
You got none.
I don't
You
know.
are literally getting nothing.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jack.
Instead.
Yeah.
Presents instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what did you put?
Homemade.
That's a good answer.
Thank you.
I was putting recycled.
It's not so good.
It's maybe
That's-
not as
what
good,
did
but at least
people
it was
say?
an answer.
Charles says-
Just a few empty bottles and some wrapping paper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Recycling, yeah.
It's brown bin day tomorrow.
Yeah, it is.
Villager's
Invisible.
brown bins up.
Invisible
Yeah.
presents. Someone said corrupt presents, imaginary presents, no presents, homemade presents. Yes,
Oh,
Phil.
Well done.
That's why we're
Oh,
friends,
that's
Phil.
again. Yeah.
Very good. Mike's just said elf. Pointless present, says Danny. Action man deserter, says Ray. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
Very good. Vintage, Joyce, of course. My wife's got into vintage. Have your wives got into vintage yet? I'm not saying that she's
got into buying stuff off it, man.
Yeah.
She's not selling anything.
That's it. Right. Do you know what? It always starts with, this will make us a little bit of money, selling our stuff on vintage. And I'm thinking, no one wants our
I've seen your stuff. No one's buying your stuff.
No, exactly. And then all of a sudden the parcels are coming to us rather than leaving us.
That's what happens with us.
And there's all sorts arriving from vintage then. And everything's a bargain. It's always a bargain.
Yeah. I've got delivery drivers who were like best mates.
Yeah.
They come here that often now. We're like best mates.
Vintage's killing me. It is killing me.
Everything's killing me.
It's the black bins tomorrow. Sal said she's right.
It is the black bins tomorrow around here. Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Very good. Right, it's time for a story.
It is.
We're coming to the end. Tucker, it's been so good to have you in, mate.
So funny.
So what we've got now is you tell a story. If it's a good story, what happens is we put you on the wall,
lad.
You go up on the wall. Your name's up there forever. We've lost the pen.
Can it be any story?
Any story.
Any story. If it's funny, that's good for us.
I'm surprised his name's not already up here because he's been here before.
Yeah, I have.
Sometimes we used to write the names on just because you came here.
Yeah, I was here for the Grand National Day.
You was, yeah.
That was good.
Well, obviously.
And if it's no good, if the story's no good,
you're bad.
I'll put someone else's name on the wall.
Yeah. And then basically your punishment will be you can't come to this bar and you have to go home every time.
Yeah.
That's no good.
Yeah. See, we're fair.
Yeah.
Cruel, but fair.
Yeah. All right. Go for it, Tucker.
As I say, I met my wife a long time ago in the 80s, 86.
Yeah. Nice.
And when we were kids in 87, we got a coach to Spain because that's how we used to get to Spain in them days.
Mm-hmm.
Amber line coaches. So we went to a place called Santa Susana, not far from Calella, Lorette.
These all sound like places next to Fazakerley.
Just in between Fazakerley and Kirby. And obviously, we were young, 17, 18, whatever. It was like a Club 1830.
Nice.
So we went on the ale all day. And they said, like, you've got to meet in the bar at 6 o'clock. So it's still gorgeous, you know what I mean? All the kids are still in the pool. And we were on the first floor in the hotel. So I ran in to the apartments and she's ran in, she shouted, I'm jumping in the shower first. And I said, no, I'm getting in the shower first. But as I opened the fridge, there was a bottle of San Miguel, but it'd been open a day or two, I think. It was about half a bottle. And there was one piece of bread and one piece of ham. So I quickly made a butty and I drank the San Miguel and jumped in the shower laughing. And she's like, I've got to do me hair. And I was like, don't care, girl. I'm going to get ready. So
28 years.
I comes out the shower, wraps the towel around me, and I walked out onto the balcony. And she's locked the door on me and left me on the balcony.
No.
And I'm like, let me in. And she's like, and then my stomach went, whoop. And I went, you better let me in. I need the toilet. And
she's like, I'm not falling for that.
She's like, you're not getting in and you're not going in the bathroom now. And then the next thing I went,
no.
But in my panic, I actually whipped the towel off and splattered about 20 kids in the pool.
Oh.
And my missus is killing herself laughing. And I'm banging on the window. Saying, let me in. The kids are crying in the pool.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, after about 15 minutes, she let me in. And,
you had another shower.
I had to have another shower. So the next time I ever see an empty bottle of lager or half a bottle, I always go, not touching that.
Leave that.
Not for me.
It might have been the ham, you know.
I didn't have butter on the bread. But yeah. So it wasn't a great first holiday.
No.
That was the first day.
No wonder you work away now.
I know, yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
you're not even married.
Yeah.
You just don't know it.
That's it. It's been great.
That's fantastic. Let us know on the wall or bars. I think he's going to, as long as as long as we give him access to the toilet all the time.
The toilet just
yeah, I'm all right. Yeah,
absolutely
I've had
fine.
this from the start, so I'm okay.
Fine.
I opened the can.
Yeah.
That's how just
What a
whip it
people.
off.
Yeah, poor kids.
Wow, what a story. What a story. Here we go, on the wall. We found a few emojis here that people are using. What a story. Very good. On the wall, on the wall. Here he is, he's on the wall. Yes, Tucker. Let's find a good spot. Yeah, sorry. Here we go. Round of applause for Tucker. It was never in doubt, Tucker. It was never in doubt.
You'll have to put me with me fella and just put Tucker and Smigger.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, Tucker and Smigger. Yeah.
How do I spell Smigger?
Smigger.
I've got it.
Or sometimes we called him the Snowman. That was the name of his wagon.
Was it?
Yeah,
Tucker.
Snowman, yeah.
Okay. Smigger. Smigger's behind Klopp at the moment.
That's it. He's there, though.
Oh, he'd be made up if he's by Klopp.
There we go. He's made the wall as well.
Yeah, that. He's all right, Smigger.
Very good. Do you know what, Tucker? It's time to text the car, I think.
Get that champagne.
Night Rider, isn't it? Hey, remember Night Rider?
Oh, yeah, Kit,
come round.
Yeah.
I need you. Get me out of this bar.
Oh, it's a proper lazy
I'm on my
car.
way, Michael.
Sounds wonderful. I'm looking forward to it.
Michael as well.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Can't remember his second name, but yeah.
It's been fantastic to have you on, mate. Thanks very much for coming to hang out.
Yeah,
got a Nuggets of the week.
Who did we go for?
I can't even. I can't see them. Who did you think?
I'm going to go for Phil. Phil Wagner.
Phil Wagner.
Yeah. Me and Phil
mate.
are mates. Yeah.
Nice.
Phil, text me your address and I'll stalk you. Send me a message. I'm going to get you some beer mats in the post, Phil. So there you go. Look at that. It's good for a brew, that, isn't it?
Thanks, Phil.
Thanks very much for joining us. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Yeah, and next week we've got Conor O'Brien.
We've got Conor O'Brien.
Conor O'Brien's on. Yeah,
he's the fella from the cruise, isn't he?
Yeah.
Alan does that many cruises that the flipping staff come to his house to serve him here as well.
He was the entertainment scene.
He's coming to the. Is he going to sing for us? He's going to do a song.
He's going to do a quiz around the pool table.
He's coming to do cats.
That's how big the pool is on a cruise, isn't
That's
it?
Like, I love.
He's in a show at the moment. I think he's in a kind of show at the moment. Yeah.
Oh, it'd be good, wouldn't it? It'd be good to find out what you're like on the cruise ship.
Lazy.
Yeah, just like at home then.
Yeah. Oh well.
Very good. Well, it's time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Like and subscribe, YouTube. Share it on Facebook. Give us a little positive review. A few people. We asked a few people to give us reviews, and they did. To be fair, so
thank you.
Give us a little review. Very much. Find us. Yeah. Give us a positive word.
Are you going to shut up so we can stop?
See you next week.
Ta-da.
We'll see you next Wednesday for another episode of Wednesday Night at Finnegan's. God bless you. See you again soon.